is going on, my wonderful people out there? It's your boy Dread Zero, and today I'm going to be showing you guys an option select that you can do against button drive rush that will significantly increase your defense in battle. Let's get into it. Alright, so everybody knows how annoying it can be where you're just like blocking here and then all of a sudden you have to block like a low forward into a drive rush button, right? And then that puts you into like a strike throw mix where you can be thrown or you can end up being striked again. If you mash, then you get blown up. Everybody knows how annoying it is, especially because you constantly are in low forward range depending on what characters you are, and we know how strong low forwards are, and not just low forwards, but like let's say Ryu heavy punch into a button, or Ryu medium punch into a button, or you know Ryu crouch medium into another button. Like we know how strong this mix-up is in Street Fighter 6, and foundationally Street Fighter 6 is kind of revolving around that in of sorts, right? But there is a way where you can beat this option risk free. So let's go ahead and talk about it. So being a very common scenario that you are often put into, you often feel like you just have to just take the mix or take the throw after a canceled drive rush. But there is a way to get your opponent off you and increase your defense without doing any risk. So there is an option select, and let's go over what option select is for all of those out there that don't know what an option select is. So I'm going to go ahead and read that for you. So here it says that an option select is basically a situation where performing the same inputs can lead to several different outcomes depending on how the characters interact. And so basically in layman's terms, what that means is you can do the same option, the same motion. So let's say, for example, ODDP, which is what we're going to be talking about today. You can input ODDP in this mix into the strike throw mix, and depending on how your opponent interacts with you, the DP will either come out or it won't come out. And so I'm going to show you these. All right, so I'm going to have Luke do a real block string from drive rush crouch medium punch, and I'm going to input the ODDP, and it should not come out because this is a real block string. So I'm going to go ahead and pause that so you guys can see my inputs over there. So if you look on the left here, I entered ODDP and it did not come out, but that's because I used the option select. If Luke were to do a real block string out of drive rush, out of crouch medium punch drive rush, and he used a button that is actually real, then my DP will not come out. So that is a risk-free option select, a risk-free option that I can use. But what were to happen if Luke were to use a button after drive rush cancel that was not real, that was slower? Would my DP come out? The answer is yes, and I'm going to show you guys what that looks like as well. So if you saw right there, I'm going to have him do it again. Because Luke used heavy punch, Luke, I didn't do it that time, but because Luke used heavy punch there, I was able to actually hit him with my DP. So it didn't matter whether or not Luke actually used a real button or he used a button that was slower that wasn't a real block string. My buttons that I put in, that I dialed in, my ODDP, would not change. I got two different results from entering the same input, and that is what an option select is. And in this particular case, when someone does a button into drive rush and you have a ODDP option, you can buffer that ODDP input, and depending on which option that your opponent used, it will either come out and get them off of you, or you are safely still blocking. And so this is a huge thing that you can do. This will significantly, and I mean significantly, increase your defense in matches. And if you are really into climbing with MR, you'll skyrocket, because defense is one of the harder things in this game. Everybody knows how to do offense, right? Like offense, you follow your flow chart, you got them in the corner, you potentially throw a loop or shimmy them or whatever the case may be, and your offense is just automatically kind of strong in Street Fighter 6. But defense is the side that if you really learn how to hone your defense and increase your defense, you'll have such a better time playing this game. And so I'm going to have Luke alternate, just to kind of show you guys between the two, so that way you're not thinking that I'm just kind of like setting things up. I'm going to have him do a real block string, and I'm going to have him do a not real block string, and I'm going to put it on random, and I'm going to enter the DP, and so please just be looking at my inputs on the left. I'm going to enter the ODDP, and depending on which one Luke does, we'll see what the result is. If he does a fake block string, then he's going to get hit by my ODDP. He's going to get off of me, and I will reset him back to neutral, or I'll continuously keep blocking safely. So I'm going to go ahead and do that now. So that's the first one. And see, I kept blocking. And you need to do it when the flash is green, not before. You have to. I want that to be important. You have to do it after the flash. And so I kept blocking there. And kept blocking there. I entered it. And he did a fake. So this is a real option select that you can actually use in your matches. Like, I know this might seem complicated, but it's really not. You just, whenever your opponent, because everybody is always kind of buffering drive rush from a cancelable normal, especially low forward drive rush. So, or like crouching medium punch drive rush. So once you see that they hit you a button, you see the green, enter the ODDP, and then your option select should work. You should safely be able to defend yourself risk-free. That's what's most important. Risk reward is what helps people improve, and you have to understand that risk reward of the game in order to actually improve. And so on defense, sometimes you're kind of just like in a slot machine. You don't know if they're going to grab you. You don't know if they're going to strike you, and you get blown up for trying to mash. So don't mash. Enter your ODDP, and it will option select for you. And depending on which option your opponent uses, you'll either continue safely blocking, or you'll hit them with a DP. The only downside to this, obviously, is that if you are playing a character that does not have an ODDP, you cannot use this option. If you do not have an ODDP and you still have access to a meter, you could do drive reversal. So I'm going to have Luke do it here, where he's going to do his block string. And if he does a block string, you should be able to stop him. And then I'm going to also show you, because you're probably like, well, what if they do that and when I get punished? Well, I'm going to have Luke do something here too, or have him do nothing after the drive rush. He's so negative. You have to press a button. So I'm going to show you that too as well. So he has to do something. He cannot block. So if you have no ODDP and you need to get them off you, you can still use this as an option. So I just kind of wanted to put that in there for people that did not play DP characters, just to make sure we're covering their bases. And I know it's kind of unfair, but if you do have an ODDP, this is just another option that you can use in case you don't want to try to commit to the option select. Again, it's pretty much risk-free, but if you feel like, hey, I'd rather just drive reversal, then go for it. So these are the two options that you can use. I hope this was helpful for you all. I hope I was able to help you guys increase in rank and bring something new to your arsenal, add a new tool to your defensive tool set, so that way you guys can climb. But that's pretty much it. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Please make sure that you like, comment, and subscribe, as it does really help the video. Please follow my new TikTok, Dread098. I'll put that in the description below as well, so that way you guys can check that out too. I'll be uploading on there from now on as well. But with that being said, your boy be out. Peace. Love you guys.